Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. As you can see, I brought the Kharibdyss. I haven't done that yet, so this should be a lot of fun. So I'm playing as the Dark Elves. I have Hydra on, who has now been fixed. That item doesn't just kill literally everything around her all the time, so that's nice. So it should be a lot of fun bringing Hydra on. So I'm against Greenskins, so Hydra in the sky I think is pretty great. I mean, she's got really good combat stats, really good armor piercing. She can shred most lords and heroes apart pretty happily, and so having the maneuverability, the Manticore, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very helpful. Also great anti-infantry, so she'll be great at dealing with things like Black Orcs, so that's really cool. That's going to be very handy indeed. So yeah, really love her there. You don't really have to contest the skies much, you know, with Greenskins. I mean, they might bring Azag or a Wyvern, but like, she's just going to beat them, isn't she? So, anyway. Also, you can see I've got some Witch Elves in the back for anti-infantry, which will be very good. And also, the Rampage is just great. You know, be able to catch anything with these guys is very dangerous. Also, a couple of Dark Shards, again, for Black Orcs, because my front line is a bit trashy. It's all Dread Spears. These guys will not hold up against sort of a Savage Orc line or against a Black Orc line. But I needed the numbers. I needed the numbers here. So the Kharibdyss can do his work. I don't want this guy getting surrounded and bullied, because I mean, 78 leadership isn't bad, but still, he can get pretty heavily bullied. But, talking of leadership, he's got this great little ability here. Abyssal Howl. So -8 leadership, and he can cause terror. So that's going to really affect anything like Greenskins, or Skaven, or Beastmen, or hell, even Bretonia, you know, scaring peasants away. That's pretty huge. So very useful, really good anti-large as well, so great for dealing with lords and stuff. So definitely something to try and keep away from. He's very scary indeed. And like 46 speed, I mean, it's alright. You know, it's not the fastest. Faster than most infantry, but slower than most sort of cavalry. So may need to use him defensively. Anyway, I also have a Dark Sorceress. I really love Sorcerers of Dark in this matchup. I think she's really good. I could have brought Death Magic and brought Doom of Darkness to hit them with the leadership debuffs even more. But no, I decided that frankly, Soul Stealer is too useful. They tend to blob up so much as the Greenskins, you know, well, they're lords and heroes at least. It's always a lord and a couple of heroes, you know, usually a couple of goblin big bosses escorting them. So having Soul Stealer, you're almost guaranteed value out of that. You're guaranteed to get a lot of damage in, which is pretty cool. So I like that a lot. So yeah, I do have the Hellebrenai as well in the front line, so poisoning stuff is pretty good. These guys are a lot better than normal Dread Spears, so should be good. So my opponent here, you see, he's got kind of what I was a bit scared of my Dread Spears. He's got a ton of Savage Orc Biggins. These guys hit so hard, and with War, their melee attack to be high enough to register a lot of hits very quickly. So that's scary. And of course he does have Wurzag and the 2 Goblin Big Bosses. So of course that lot, Soul Stealer is going to be a great, you know, it's going to be a great target for that. That's lovely. So I do have Halibron, obviously, and while I can't see his archers yet, I want to keep her away from Wurzag, because if Wurzag can use an effigy on her, she can get focused down pretty hard. So she's going to retreat a bit, but I'm basically going to be using her in support. So there are no Black Orcs at the moment, which is nice. So Broken Tusk Mob over there as well, really good anti-large, can be quite handy for, you know, attacking any lord that might land, which is handy. All the Savage Orc Biggins with all their anti-large is very scary. He's got some more Biggins back there, he's got the Rusty Arrows, and he's got some Goblin Archers, and just some more Goblins in the bag. That's right, I do have Harpies as well, I forgot to mention them. I have Harpies just to shut down any missiles, because frankly, if I can shut down the Rusty Arrows, then anything they're shooting at, namely the Kharibdyss, is going to have an easier time of things. So, yeah, I think, nope, we haven't summed it up yet. Here you can see Forest Goblin Spider Riders as well. So, obviously these guys will get in the back line, be a bit of a nuisance, and they actually take a while to kill as well. He's also got the Death Creepers and the Mangy Marauders. So, a lot of stuff in the back to worry out for, but I'm being aggressive here. I'm going to get to his front line before he can really back it up. So, let's see how it goes. So, I've got no choice but to just shoot the Savage Orc Biggins, really. There's nothing sort of armoured and scary that I need to attack, but that's fine. So, Hellebrenai moving straight down the pipe. These guys are able to get some flanking. I'm going to send the Witch Elves down here as well. So, but as you can see, the Dread Spears just on their own are getting absolutely cleaved to pieces. I mean, look at this. Half the health has gone already. It's terrifying. So, I managed to get a Chill Wind on the Rusty Arrows, which has really hurt them, actually. So now that the Harpies are coming in, they're going to have a tough time. Also, they are in the aura of the Kharibdyss, which is fighting the entire Goon Squad, and done about half health to a Goblin Big Boss already, which is pretty crazy. So he's having a whale of a time. Also, some Goblin Archers managed to get too close here too, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. But that's both big bosses terrified away, and now Wurzag is on his own. So now I feel pretty safe to charge in Crone Hellebrand, because the archers are all getting shut down. So there's nothing really that can focus her down, even if she does get effigied. So she's going to come and attack Wurzag, who is already being terrified, but the poison of the Hellebrand are keeping him from being able to run away very easily, which is awesome. So managed to wrap up these Savage Orcs, mainly thanks to the Witch Elves, but there's still some pretty healthy units back here. I think they were chasing, yep, they were chasing some units, which is great for me. Did not want these guys joining the fight. So here, though, my Dark Shards are all under attack, but I'm going to bring some Spears back, try and bog this stuff down. Over here, getting more Chill Winds on this stuff, just to get some damage in. They have no armor, so Chill Wind will do some pretty good damage. Wurzag is actually dead now, which is not good. Not good for him at all. So here, Savage Orc Biggins, once again, just terror is hitting everything. Now the Broken Tusk mob, but with the Hellebrand and the Witch Elves here, they're going to rampage because the Witch Elves, the Kharibdyss with this huge anti-large bonus, these guys are going to get stuck and just torn to shreds. They're not going to be able to cycle charge or really pin anything down. They need support, which just isn't available because everything's getting terrified. So here, I do actually have the Harpies. I just threw them over here just to pin these guys down a bit. And here, I'm going to slow these guys down, because I want to wrap up one engagement at a time. So I'm controlling the pace of the battlefield here a bit, which is nice. So now the Witch Elves are going to intercept this stuff. It's going to rampage them, which means that these guys are going to be safe. He can't change direction on me. And here, my Spearmen are just about managing to hold off these Savage Orc Biggins for a little bit. It's not looking great, but they're getting there. So now, get some Archer Fire into this stuff, and now the Kharibdyss is coming to hunt the Goblin Big Bosses. And yeah, everything's breaking with the debuff to leadership from the missile fire, as well as the debuff from the Kharibdyss and the terror. It's too much. It's too much for them. So now I'm going to go to free shots from the Dark Shard, so this stuff is going to start shattering. And the Witch Elves are very quick, so they're going to keep on these guys' heels and take them down. Also, I've got my Harpies chasing down the Goblin Archers now. Broken Tusk mob are back, but they are fighting Hellebrand. So fighting poison spears, it's not a good look really for Broken Tusk mob. And they managed to rampage again, and I'm honestly not sure how they did that, but they did. So I mean, that's fine, cool. Anyway, so now I need to start finishing off this stuff. So Hellebrand's going to dive in here. The back line completely compromised. Here I'm going to get the Harpies on that last Goblin Big Boss. And now my Kharibdyss can charge in here and deal with these guys. Make everyone rampage. That's right, nice little rampage party. Everyone gets attack buffs and all this stuff is so surrounded. It's going to get torn to shreds. And here, final Chill Wind? No, couldn't land it. So, Pyrrhic victory. I was surprised it's Pyrrhic, honestly. I guess I did lose a lot of Spearmen. Wow, I basically had 3 units completely wiped out, and one mostly wiped out, and another one really kind of wiped out. Okay, now I can see why it's Pyrrhic. But, you know, they got in the way a bit, right? They delayed, and that's all I really wanted them to do. So, you know, the rest of my stuff can really capitalize. I mean, my Witch Elves Witch Elves are great against Savage Orcs. Just that lack of armor, it means these guys will just kill everything. And being able to rampage things, it just gets stuff stuck. And you can capitalize with more expensive units, like the Kharibdyss. I mean, the Kharibdyss, I just think, is really good against low leadership factions, because that extra -8 to anything nearby, that is enough to basically scare away anything that might be supporting what you actually want on the Kharibdyss, which is, you know, Lords and Heroes and Archer Fire, right? You've got to delay things, but if you're just throwing, you know, a unit of Goblins at it, for instance, to try and hold it in place a bit, it's going to break. It's going to break almost immediately. They're just going to run away in terror. Just after maybe 1 or 2 attacks. They're just not going to get, you know, they're not going to pin things down well enough. So you can't really buy much time with fodder. You've got to throw good stuff at it. I think one tactic maybe try and bog it down with Forest Goblin Spider Riders. They are weirdly resilient, but again, they're going to terrify away pretty quickly. But at least you could poison him for a bit. It's very tough. It's very tough. There doesn't seem to be a clear way to deal with a Kharibdyss, honestly. I think maybe Effigy to Git would have been a good one to use on him, but of course that would have freed up Hellebrand to, you know, hunt down this stuff instead, which is very scary. So yeah, you don't get many options, honestly. It's very rough, but you can see the Dread Spears can just get hewn through so quickly. It's pretty painful, but you know, I think Black Orcs might have helped just for that immune to psychology. It would stop the Kharibdyss from able to terrify everything away, and you could have, you know, a line that holds a lot better. So I think that's pretty handy. You know, Black Orcs, as well as things like the, you know, Goblin Spider Riders to get in the back line, it leaves you with very little armor piercing to be able to deal with the Black Orcs, which I think is kind of how you want to go. So I think Greenskins, you got to bring some Black Orcs now, because you've got to have that solid anchor that's not going to get terrified. Because against Dark Elves, there's just too many ways they can debuff your leadership. I mean, Doom and Darkness, I think, is brilliant. But it's kind of like having a free Doom and Darkness with the Kharibdyss. It's crazy. But yeah, I think I might try just a complete leadership bombing and bring a Sorceress of Death just for Doom and Darkness at one point. Because I reckon I can actually terrify things away without even landing a shot on them. You can just hit them with so many debuffs. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So I might try that at some point. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. So yeah, I like the Kharibdyss. I think she's my new favourite. And of course she's a she. Look at her, she's glamorous. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.